Hello. I'm going to answer one of the more common questions that I've been asked so many times over the years, and that is, how and why did I get into the sex industry? People have said to me all through those years as an escort, sex worker, whore, pimp, tart, whatever you want to call it, why don't you get yourself a proper job, John? You're intelligent, you're handsome, you're tall, you can do anything. And I said, well, what do you do? And this one person, I remember, he was a buyer at Harvey Nicks. Nice job. I earned 3 times a year what he was earning. He soon understood. Now, when I was in my late 20s, I was living in America with a boyfriend, and we had a split. And I came back to England. I had very little money. I found a room flat share in Hammersmith with these 3 guys who were also just moving in themselves. 2 were a couple, and they were applying to BA for a job, and the other one worked for a department store in London. So the 4 of us sort of more or less moved in together. And after I'd been there a few days, I was thinking about signing on because I had nothing. I didn't know what I was going to do. And the very night before I was going to sign on, I had this vision. Long story, but I had a vision of a woman in Amsterdam dying when her house caught fire, and she was a prostitute. And when I came round from that vision, it was like, whoa, what the? Yeah, I mean, it was quite breathtaking. And I knew then, as I know now, that this was like a signpost pushing me in the direction of the sex industry. I sat up all night thinking, oh my God, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? And I'd always had jobs. I left school at 15. I'd always had good jobs in catering and hospitality and in various department stores and things. And I'd always been a very good worker. And I got over that. And the next morning I went out and applied to a couple of escort agencies, did a few clients, had quite a clue what I was doing. I'm not stupid. And let it slip accidentally at home with the boys. And they're all about my age, late 20s, early, middle 20s, like 27, 28-ish. And one of them said, oh, are you on Fun Times? And I went, yes. That was the escort agency I was on. He went, I'm on Fun Times. I was like, oh my God, I was gobsmacked. And the other 2 guys went, oh, we're on Adam's Bureau. And I'm like, this is bizarre. I'd had a vision pointing me in the direction that would take me for the rest of my life, really, into the sex industry for the next 15 years full-time, teaching sexuality since. And I even somehow managed to fall into a flat with 3 experienced escorts, sex workers, who could show me the ropes. As it happens, I had more clues than they did, but another story. I did a few months of that, and I went back to America. I didn't tell him what I'd been doing, but we were living in Boston. We had 6 months, 9 months, we had nothing to do, so I suggested we do some courses. So I did some massage courses, and you'll get lots of free massage while I practice. We love that. And we did some different courses, photography and catering and cooking and things. And I was sort of making plans. Now, he was a lovely man. I loved him dearly. I lived with him for about 4 or 5 years in America. He was very rich, and I loved him for who he was. But he was also, I didn't have a clue of this for the first 9 months I lived there with him. He was an alcoholic, and he did like his cocaine a lot. And he spent several days, 3 or 4 or 5 days up just, I'd get to bed. And we eventually split up. And when I came back to England, and I knew what I was going to do. I knew I was going to be an escort. And I came up to London from Bournemouth, which is where I was at the time. I just flew back in and joined an escort agency, found a flat share. And within about 3 months at the flat share, I saved enough to get a flat of my own with a friend I had met, and we shared this rent, and it was £200 a week for a nice flat in Hammersmith on our own, 2 bedrooms. We turned one of the bedrooms into a massage room. It had a shower, bathroom, en suite, and we made it was very, very nice. And we put adverts in the gay press, which was just Gay Times and Boys and Capital Gay, I think it was in those days. No internet. This is 1986. And the winter of December 85 into onwards. And business was good. We both did massage. We both qualified masseurs. And we didn't work together, but we did work. And after about 3 or 4 months, one of my clients said, John, you really should change your advert. You're the best masseur I've ever seen. So everybody had the same sort of adverts, 3 or 4 lines. Fred does massage in Clapham, £25, cute, boyish, that sort of thing. And I had something similar, not cute, boyish. And So I changed my advert, and it became, you couldn't put VVWE, fucks like about, you couldn't put all that sort of stuff in like they do on the internet these days, but you had to be clever with words. So I had London's finest masseur with more to offer than most, offers the best full body service advertised. Tall, dark and handsome, Mediterranean, educated and friendly with style and class. Private luxurious apartment, shower and refreshments fully inclusive, one set price, avoid hidden extras. John, I think it said, and then eventually Hammersmith and the phone number. Business trebled overnight. My flatmate left and I had the flat to myself. It trebled overnight. And within 18 months I'd saved. I asked my landlord one day if he'd sell me the flat, and he said, I was just about to ask if you'd like to buy it. Pieces of the puzzle have always slotted into place very easily for me. I've been very blessed. Anyway, perfect. He wanted 93. I saved 33. I got an accountant, got some books, got to the bank, got a mortgage, paid some tax, and I was then a legitimate, self-employed masseur. The story continues.